Terrence Oglesby, former Clemson basketball player, talking about the Clemson men's basketball team this year. And last question for you before we let you go, because I know it's getting a little bit late, but what's your favorite in-game moment as a player for the Clemson Tigers?
Oh, man, we had some good ones. Here's one that people don't typically remember, but when we played Florida State at home my freshman year, we went into double OT, and Trevor Booker and James made some crazy shots at the end of regulation and at the end of the first overtime. And then I think that was the game that I broke the overtime scoring record. But it was the loudest I've ever heard Little John, and it was against Florida State. And I think it was on Fox Sports South. And it wasn't really that highly publicized game. Everybody wants to say Maryland up there when I was playing, or Duke at home my sophomore year when I missed the dunk that was so legendary that everybody seems to remember. But that Florida State game was one of the craziest experiences as a player that I can ever remember, just because we just hit one tough shot after another. And then finally in the second overtime, the lid just came off, and it was just the energy in old Little John was just incredible. So I would have to go with that one, just to kind of throw you off a little bit, because I think you were wanting me to say the Maryland game.
Alan did have a little bit of premeditated idea there where he wanted you to go with that one.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this: I went to school for journalism and broadcasting, and we were up there at Maryland, and Scott Van Pelt, who's still to this day one of my favorites, was sitting right behind our bench. And as you know, he's a huge Maryland guy. And I hit that game-winning three, and I made that sucker come out there and take a picture with me. And I didn't realize that it could be seen as me rubbing it in his face, but I was such a fan that I wanted a picture with the guy. So, man, I hit a shot to knock them out of the tournament that year, and then I make him get on the floor and take a picture with him. So there you go. That's my Scott Van Pelt story. It's one of my favorites of all time. I didn't realize what it meant, really. I didn't even understand he was a Maryland guy. I just knew that, man, he was phenomenal on TV. I want a picture with the guy. And sure enough, there you go. And I think he caught some flack for that on his radio show.
Well, even players are fans at heart, for sure. So, again, we've got Terrence Oglesby on the line, former Clemson basketball player, and looking to get back into some media work and maybe become an analyst, and he's doing some things for TigerNet. Thank you so much, Terrence, for coming on this little old show with us, and we'll make sure to have some clips out so you can watch yourself or listen to yourself talk about Clemson basketball. We hope to have you on again maybe later on in the season. Hopefully, Clemson does well in this ACC schedule that they've got going on, and maybe make it to the NCAA tournament. We got our fingers crossed over here at the Morgan Thomas Show. But again, on behalf of Morgan and Alan, we appreciate you coming on the show. We hope to have you back again.